We have learned a lot of things in nomenclature of neoplasia. Let's move on to the next part. Practically, labeling a tumor as benign or malignant is one of the most important distinctions a pathologist can make because it can predict biological behavior and clinical outcome of tumor. We can categorize them into benign and malignant on the basis of certain characteristics as you see here, including differentiation, rate of growth, local invasiveness, and metastasis. First, take a look at the differentiation. Differentiation refers to the extent of morphological and functional resemblance of parenchymal tumor cells to corresponding normal cells. If the deviation of neoplastic cells in structure and function is minimal as compared to normal cell, the tumor is described as well differentiated, such as most benign and low-grade malignant tumors. On the other hand, poorly differentiated is for poor structural and functional resemblance to corresponding normal cell. To be simplified, the level or degree of differentiation is relying on how closely do tumor cells resemble normal tissue of origin. Let me explain by showing you the picture. A benign and malignant tumor of the similar cell of origin, smooth muscle cell called Lyomial and Lyomial sarcoma, respectively. As you know, normal smooth muscle cells have a fusiform shape, elongated nuclei, and eosinophilic cytoplasm. In general, benign tumors are well differentiated, while malignant tumors could be any degree of differentiation, including well differentiated, moderately differentiated, poorly differentiated, or even undifferentiated. For example, the neoplastic cells of well-differentiated leiomyoma may be so closely resembling normal smooth muscle cells. Also, if Lyomial sarcoma cells are well-differentiated, their appearance is rather similar to that of normal smooth muscle cells, or sometimes indistinguishable from leiomyoma cells. By contrast, if it is poorly differentiated, the neoplastic cells don't look like normal smooth muscle cells anymore and show features of severe cellular atypia. Poorly differentiated malignant tumors are very aggressive, tend to grow and spread faster than well-differentiated malignant tumors. And of course, they cause serious outcomes to the patient. How about moderately differentiated Lyomial sarcoma? It is intermediate grade tumor bearing features and a behavior in between well and poorly differentiated Lyomial sarcoma. I'd like to recap this part. First, benign tumor typically has excellent prognosis. And second, poorer differentiated malignant tumor is more aggressive behavior it has. This point is important because the degree of differentiation of tumor determines its grade. Criteria for the individual grades vary in different types of tumors and so are not detailed today. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Does anyone have any questions before we move on?